Hi everyone, welcome back to Steady Investing. Today, we're discussing a major wealth killer in South Africa, buying a car on finance. This is a trap that many fall into, and it can severely impact your financial future. Meet Tim and Robert, both 24 years old, university graduates working at Company A and Company B respectively, earning R25,000 gross and R20,000 net per month. Tim's situation. Tim has always dreamed of owning a car. After 3 months, he goes to a dealership and secures a loan for R350,000 at 13% interest. His monthly installment is R7,100, with an additional R2,000 for insurance and R2,000 for petrol. That's a total cost of ownership of R11,100 per month. But here's the problem, this won't fit into Tim's budget. Tim pays R5,000 for rent, R2,500 for groceries. He sends home R1,500. He has R1,000 for personal expenses. This brings his total expenses to R10,000 and leaves him with another R10,000, which isn't enough to cover the car expenses. To make it work, he opts for a balloon payment of R100,000, reducing his monthly payments to R6,100, making the total cost of ownership R10,100. He figures that he can get that extra R100 from sending home R1,400 instead of R1,500. At the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do. Robert's situation. Now let's look at Robert, who has the same budget as Tim. He also pays R5,000 for rent, R2,500 for groceries. He also sends home R1,500, R1,000 for personal expenses, bringing his total expenses to R10,000. However, Robert also has transport expenses since he doesn't have a car. This is R2,000 per month. Therefore, leaving him with R8,000 per month. But instead of buying a car, Robert decides to invest the R8,000 each month in the stock market, with an average S&P 500 return of 11.18%. 6 years later, Tim. After 6 years, Tim finishes paying off his car. He paid a total of R827,200. This is the R772,200 from paying R10,100 each month and the R100,000 balloon payment at the end of the term. However, the value of the car after 6 years is approximately R132,000 using a 15% annual depreciation rate. So, after 6 years, Tim ended up paying R827,200 for an asset that is now only worth R132,000. Talk about working backwards. He is therefore sitting at a net loss of R695,200. Let's however say that since he would have incurred transport costs either way like Robert, let's subtract R2,000 each month, which totals R144,000 over 6 years, giving an actual net loss of R551,200. 6 years later, Robert. Robert, on the other hand, has been investing R8,000 monthly. With an 11.18% average annual return, his investments have grown significantly. Here's the calculation. His annual contributions were R96,000, which gives him a future value after 6 years of approximately R763,000. Let's compare their net worth. Tim, R132,000. Robert, R763,000. Robert can take R200,000 from his investment and buy a better second-hand car than Tim's, while still having a significant amount left in his investments. Some might argue that owning a car provides non-monetary value, like convenience and transportation and potentially getting baddies, which Robert would certainly not enjoy. While this is true, the euphoria of a new car lasts around 6 months, after which it becomes a financial burden. Some people would at this point be like, why should I buy a second-hand car? And to that I will just post some conclusions from the book The Millionaire Next Door. To further emphasize the point, let's draw some lessons from the book The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas J. Stanley and William D. Danko. Most millionaires live below their means, prioritize saving, and avoid conspicuous consumption, and drive used cars. Wealth is built through discipline, consistent saving, and investing, not necessarily high income. Millionaires invest wisely in stocks, bonds, and real estate, and spend significant time managing their finances. Many millionaires are self-employed or own businesses. They often have practical educations and careers that lead to stable, profitable incomes. They avoid consumer debt, prefer paying cash, and use credit strategically. They teach their children financial independence and the value of money. They live in modest neighborhoods to save and invest more. Wealth building requires dedication, hard work, and patience. They value financial independence, self-reliance, and personal responsibility. At the end of the day, becoming wealthy takes sacrifices and years of accumulation. Most people want to get to the finish line without going through the process. Remember, wealthy people earn interest, poor people pay it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more insights on steady investing.